Welcome to another Bojoul video. Thank you so much for joining us again. And I am so excited again to be here. Every time I come before you guys and I'm getting myself prepared to share whatever it is that we're going to share, I try to prepare myself, not just to share it with you, but prepare myself to receive. You know what I mean? Because anything that is being shared, that's work for me to do as well. That's work for our team to do as well. So it's like we literally are growing together. But I want to welcome you here to the Bojoul channel. This is the home of self-care and wellness and everything, every single thing that is going to help you to become the highest version of yourself. We talk about evolving wellness on this channel because we know that we all are growing. We all are becoming something different every single day. And what you needed yesterday may not be what you need today or tomorrow. And being conscious of that, it gives you the grace to kind of like grow and make changes without judgment. So today, we're going to be speaking about the power of being okay with not being okay. If you notice in our culture, right, when you speak to someone or you just say a basic greeting, hey, how you doing? I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. And the truth is that a lot of times we're not okay. But for some reason, right, we're programmed to believe that if we're not okay, then something is wrong with us. Meaning like it's like something in us that tells us that we have to be okay all the time. And that's not the truth. You don't have to be okay all the time. And acknowledging that you're not okay, to me, is like major, just being okay with not being okay. It could be life throws us so many different, challenges, obstacles, twists and turns here, there. And a lot of things catch us off guard and throw us off of our balance. Matter of fact, yesterday, I had found out some information and it kind of stunned me for like a few moments. It really did. I was like, what? And I was just like, huh? And it's just like, it was momentary. It happens within a split second. You could just get some news and it's like, kind of like make you short of your breath. Like, what? Serious? And we can either spiral from that point of receiving whatever information we receive, or we can understand that we go through seasons and we go through seasons and we go through obstacles in our life. Every person, nobody is immune to this type of frequency. It's like we have ebbs and lows. You know what I mean? We have sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. You know? It's like it's in and out. And that's for everybody. Nobody is good all the time. Like, you may look at somebody and be like, oh, they always seem to have it together. They always like have their balance or whatever you think that they have. But I promise you, the human experience is such that we're gonna have ebbs and flows. That is it. That's the nature. And so today, I just want to share a few points about being okay with not being okay, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm not okay. And be okay with that. Because I'm going through something, I'm processing something. Something may be going on, and you don't always. And let's start the conversation. I think I want to start just by saying that we live in a society, right, that we are taught to kind of mask and hide what's going on with us. Because we want to have the appearance that we are good. I'm good. I'm good. That's our culture. That's the culture that we live in. And when you keep going and masking what's happening and not really being, it's like we have to put on this brave face even though we're struggling deep within ourselves. It's like you got to be like, nah, I'm good. Thank you. Yes. Hi. Hey. You good? And maybe you're not good. So I want to share a few things with you to that'll give you permission, or that maybe you can start to open up with being okay with not being okay, and allowing whatever that is that you're going through to kind of pass through. Because that's the thing. The only way to the other side is going through it. And it's that going through process that can be painful. It could be very, very intense at times. And preparing yourself for life's journeys, it helps us to be okay with not being okay if I understand that this is a part of the process. Like at this very moment, I'm not okay. That's just, I'll say this. That's just like when you have a goal, or you you have a project to do. And in this project, there are different moving pieces. You got to do this, that, third. It may be 100 things you got to do for this one project, right? In the midst of the project, of preparing a project, things may look a mess. It may look messy. It may be disconjointed. It may be all over the place. But you could get comfortable in that specific moment in the project because you know on the other side what it's going to look like. And I want to say that it's sort of kind of true when it comes to what the things that we go through. We're not going to always be feeling down, or we're not going to always be feeling not okay. Sometimes we're going to feel great. But it's just being able to accept those moments and understand that it doesn't mean that something is wrong with you, or you're bugging, or you need help. Sometimes it do get to the point where we need help. But just for the sake of this conversation, I just want you to know that it is okay to not be okay. It's okay. Because it is a part of the process. I want to share a few things with you just in reference to that. Because first thing is, we got to learn how to embrace our own authenticity. It's like we live in this society that it teaches us to hide our pain and our discomfort because it's like a sign of vulnerability or weakness. And we don't want to feel weak. We don't want to even ever appear weak or vulnerable to, especially people who don't know us. Even the people who know us, I don't want to be weak. I want to have this strength about us. But strength lies in the authenticity and acknowledging your emotions. That is strength. When I can say to you that I'm not okay. Nah, I'm not. I can tell you I'll be okay, but right this moment, I'm not okay. I'm not. And a lot of times when you're going through that, it's not like you need someone to take you out of it, but just the power of being authentic to say that, nah, I'm not. Nah, I'm not okay. Not right now. I'm not okay. In this particular moment, it's okay to feel sad, to feel fear, to feel uncertainty. By embracing our true self, it's like you create this environment that encourages genuine connection and it fosters empathy. Like, if you can be real, in layman's term, if I'm being real with you, it opens up the door for other people, for them to be real with you as well. If I can be real and I can be authentic and say, nah, I'm not okay. Or I just want to be alone. I just need a moment. Nah, I'm going through something. And a lot of times, you know what the real reality is? You don't even know what you're going through. It's like you feel this feeling, and it's like you can't quite encapsulate exactly what you're going through. Not really. You can't really put it into words and say, hey, this is what I'm going through. That you don't know. So to talk about it is like off the table for that moment. But just being authentic and saying, hey, nah, I'm not good right now. And it opens a door. You know how much strength it takes to do that? I'm not good right now. Nah. You don't have to pretend that you're okay. And you may be surprised that when you tell people like, no, I'm not okay or whatever, they may have a tendency to try to pat you on your back, which it's not what you're looking for, but you set the atmosphere for honesty, and you become human. Whatever position you are in your job, in your family, or wherever you are on a daily basis, you create the atmosphere that I'm not. It's okay to not be okay, because sometimes I'm not okay. You know what I mean? Second, when you are not okay, right? There is a journey of self-discovery. I know many times when I am not okay, I kind of go within, right? And I confront my struggles head on so that I can gain a deeper understanding of who we are and what truly matters to us. It's nothing that gives you a clearer perspective than self-reflection when you're going through something. When you're not okay, it causes you to reflect deeper. It gives you like this motivation to make certain changes. It's like through that process, things are happening. You're discovering who you are, what you need, what you don't need. It's like a cleansing space. When I'm going through something, I withdraw. Not in a nasty or evil kind of way, but just in a I can't be bothered right this second kind of way. And my friends that know me well, they understand and they give me my space that I need without me having to explain to them why or what's going on. They just give you the space. They allow you that space. That I'm not okay. Give them space. Don't always have to ask for what's wrong. How can I help you? Me pat you on your back. Oh, or have a solution. Sometimes it's not a solution that you're looking for. Sometimes it's just you need the space to kind of process what's happening within you. And so you discover so much about yourself, your life, the people that's around you, the things that you're into, your job, your career, your goals. When you're not okay, things become so much clearer. So I look at it as sort of kind of like a pruning process too. It's like a pruning. Because when you are going through something, things that you thought were super important fall off your agenda. Like you realize the unimportance of that matter. It's like it drops off like that. So self-discovery is so key. When you are not okay, you find out a lot about yourself and everything that's pertaining to you. This is one of my favorites. You can grow through the challenge. And that's kind of connected to what I just said. Difficulties and setbacks are an inevitable part of life. But when you embrace the fact that it is okay, right, with not being okay, you can view these challenges as opportunities for you to grow. Like, When you go through adversity, it teaches you resilience, it builds character, and it enables you to develop new skills and perspectives that help you to enrich your life in the long run. Like, when you go, this is so true. Oh my gosh. When you go through difficulties and adversities, it's like you become so resilient. You learn how to see things from different angles. You learn how to come through when you didn't think that you could come through. It's like after a while, right? When you start continue to go through these adversities and challenges in life, things don't shake you to your core no more. You don't get like rattled. You know, when you're younger, maybe you get rattled out. But as you continue to go through these things, it's like you build this resiliency and this you build this layers to your character. You fortify your character, and you become a higher version of yourself. Seriously. What is that? They say when you take the gold through the fire, it just burns off that which is not necessary, and it refines it, and what you have at the end is a pure version. That's what adversity. When you accept not being okay, it's like you cool. You can kind of rest in that place of uncomfortability. You become comfortable being uncomfortable. It's like you can rest there. Like, I'm good. It's not like a fire alarm so much. Things are going on, but it's not like a fire alarm situation where you It's not like that. You start to change, and your ability to adapt is much quicker to adversity and challenges, because you start to see that now I am growing. I understand this. Sometimes when you ask God to help you to grow in a certain situation, a challenge will present itself. And through that challenge, your opportunity to grow is there. I never wanted to look at it like that, but it's so true. Every obstacle presents me with an opportunity to grow and to realign myself with what will work opposed to what is not working. That is so powerful. Even in business, even in your career, you may be having a challenge with a certain situation, right? And you're approaching it in these different ways, and it's not working. But what it does is you continue to kind of shift and pivot, and you figuring out what will work. You are becoming different. You are becoming more resourceful. Digging within yourself, reaching within yourself to answer whatever the challenge is that's in front of you. It changes you. And thus your prayer answered. Oh, help me to grow, Lord. Help me to grow. Help me to become better. Help me to become this. And the challenge appears. So being okay with not being okay, it definitely helped you to grow through challenges. You have growth through your challenge. And lastly but not least, in being okay with not being okay, cultivate gratitude. When you embrace imperfection, and I don't mean just dwelling on the hardships and the things that you're going through, but I mean cultivating like gratitude for the blessings and the joys in your life, acknowledging the good alongside the struggle. Like I always tell you about yin and yang, the ebbs and the flows, in and out, black and white. It's always a opposite. It's the law of that law of polarity. It's like that opposites. It's like if it's white here, it got to be black here. If it's happy here, it's sad here. If I'm going through adversity, it got to be joy on the other side. It's like you can find the joy. You can find a state of peace. You can find a state of enlightenment even through your struggle. Even through your struggle, you find a balance of what just came to my mind was there is a scripture in the Bible, and I believe it's the Apostle Paul, and he says, "It is good that I was afflicted," right? And because he had been through so much, if you know the stories about Paul, but at the end of everything, he says, "It is good that I have been afflicted," and I never understood that until I had become afflicted, and when I came through it, I understand the result of that affliction. I understand what it made me. I understand that it made me a beast when it comes to certain things. Like, I don't have fear. I'm not scared. It's like when you're going through something, it's like you brace now because you've been through so much that you're not timid. You don't wear your feelings on your sleeve anymore. You know what I mean? You're not so like, it's not easy to rub you the wrong way. It's like you get this dexterity about you that you are now able to face the world differently. Thus, you have become better. You have become stronger. You have become more. Your capacity your territory has enlarged. You have your capacity to receive, your capacity to give have grown, all because of you not being okay and going through that. And that is what I wanted to say. When you are okay with not being okay, you open the door for you to grow and be better. That's the truth. That's the truth. Things that you thought that was going to take you out, baby, that was going to take you out, that was going to snuff you out, whether it was physically or mentally, or you did not think that you was going to make it. But guess what? You made it. And you're different now. You're different. You're stronger, wiser, and you can see clearer. It's nothing like clarity. It's nothing like clarity. I love talking to my children, or especially now as they get older, and they say, "Mom, yo, the things that you had said, da 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 da," and I just love to see the clarity within them. Like, wow, they got it. Or when things go on in my life and that moment happens, I'm like, wow. It's like that my understanding opens up. All through being okay with not being okay, because not being okay isn't the worst thing in the world, baby. Everybody goes through it. Everybody's gonna go through it. If you haven't, you're on your way. If you're going through it, you're coming on out, and it's going to rinse and repeat, and you just become different every time you go through. You don't have to keep masking and pretending to be something that you're not. You're not okay? All right. Accept that and keep it pushing. And just collect all of the treasures and all of the accoutrements and the gifts that's coming along with that moment and with that season of not being okay, because you're going to gain a lot. You may be focused on losing this and I'm that, but there's a lot to be gained. So just get your little bag and start gathering all of your treasures, all of the things that's going to help you to become better. Thank you so much again for joining us today for this video. I really appreciate you. I love discussing these type of topics because at the end of the day, like I said, I am doing my work every single day, every day. When I'm off of this camera with you, I am doing my own individual work. You cannot give what you do not have, right? So as you grow, I want to grow too. This is the Bojoul channel, the home of self-care and wellness, and everything, every topic, every idea that's going to help you to grow into a bigger, better, higher version of yourself. If you have enjoyed this video or you enjoyed this podcast, just share it, like it, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, shoot us a comment. We love our comments, and just keep it coming. This is our little nest. This is our little safe space that we can share, we can grow, and we can just exchange ideas, honestly. So I thank you so much again for listening. I am the Queen. This is Bojoul, the home of self-care and wellness. And I thank you so much and enjoy. Later.